So, hi, my name is Daniel. I did a lot of research into the future and about the term future-proof. And I did so by A, thinking about what I thought about it, and B, having conversations with the people in my life to see what they thought about it. And one thing I realized, apart from everything else, is that everyone has an opinion. Everyone has an opinion about the future, about their future, about the world's future, and because of that, everyone's got an opinion on how we can be future-proof, or how we can future-proof this or future-proof that. After 2 weeks, this led me nowhere. I had nothing to go on. And then I realized that the concept of the future, isn't that different from another concept that's important to all of us? And that's why I'd like to start my talk by talking about sex. So, sex, like the term the future, could mean pretty much anything to anyone. And it's important to all of us. Now, I had a friend called Simon, and when we were 17, 18, one of the favorite things that he used to say was that, there's not one thing on this planet that we can't relate back to sex. And we were 17 and 18-year-old, and our minds were kind of, gravitating that way anyway. But I thought about that recently, and I realized that really is true. Everything sort of leads back to it. And another thing that's really similar is that, we like to think we understand sex, but many of us don't. What's the divorce rate? 50%? 60%? How many people come out of the closet late in life? How many people are still discovering their sexuality into their 60s and 70s? There's no accident. And we've got the exact same problem with the future. We make grand plans and grand ideas about how we want our life to live. How many of you started the degree that you finished? How many of you have had the same job for 50 years? How many of you have been in the same relationship for 50 years? Or 20 years? So, as a species, as a global community, we have these big dreams. We want to save the world. We want all these things to happen for our children, for our children's children. But as individuals, do we really have the access? What I'm really going to be attempting is to give us an access to stop asking the question, what's out there? What's coming in the future? What do I have to really be prepared for? I don't want us to ask that question anymore. I want us to ask the question, why do we feel the need to know? What is it out there that we are so scared of that we absolutely have to get it right? My name's Daniel Elison. Thank you very much for your consideration.